Hey guys, it's Lee. Happy late new year. My twinkles are in bloom. They're late this year. I mean, they usually bloom around Christmas time, but they were sick. Well, like all my Oncidiums, as you might know, this might have delayed their bloom. Nevertheless, they're blooming. I'm very happy about it. Tiny twinkles, known for their small flowers and their beautiful, thick vanilla-like fragrance. And they're so easy to grow. So let's take a look at these plants, shall we? So this is my white fragrance fantasy. I've been growing this one for about 3 years or so or longer. It was infected. Just look at the leaves, you can tell they're not healthy, but somehow it made it and bloomed. It put out 28 spikes. I was quite surprised. I thought I miscounted it, but then I counted again and again. It was really 28 spikes. Look at all these tiny flowers. They are so pretty. And just the fragrance, it's so upsala. It's so vanilla-like, so thick, so sweet. If you want a fragrant orchid that's easy to care for, except when you have pests, just look at those leaves. But if you want an orchid that's easy to care for and very rewarding and blooms every year for you, then this is the orchid you might want to grow. It's not sitting under some artificial light whatsoever, just the east-facing windowsill, and that's all it needs. Reverse osmosis water actually, but you could use distilled water. I give them about 60, 70 ppm. Don't know if that's enough, but it seems it's enough to bloom and to give me a really nice bloom. Look at all these tiny flowers. See how tiny they are? It won't focus, they're so tiny. Well, they're really tiny. Look, does it look like small people? Here, this one, if this would ever focus. Dancing lady, so to say. But this is not a dancing lady type though. Very pretty, gorgeous. I just hope the infection doesn't reappear and that my plant stays healthy. And then we have these two little guys here. This is a, I think it's called pink fantasy type. Or red fantasy, I think it's a red fantasy. Also a tiny twinkle, of course. And look at how pretty all these flowers are. With this one, the smell, the fragrance is even sweeter than the other ones. It's a small plant, but look at these flowers. They're so pretty. This one's, I guess it used to sit in full water culture, and then I wanted the roots to come in contact with more water, and I added some sphagnum moss, which is growing like crazy. Every now and then I have to remove the sphagnum moss, and yeah. And on the bottom as a drainage, does it need a drainage anyhow? Anyways, I don't know. I put some, I think it's called pumice. Yeah, it's working quite well for this one. Also sitting on a east-facing windowsill. And this one I just purchased recently from Kage Orchids, close to Hamburg in Germany. It already came with these two spikes. Yeah, I didn't contribute much other than just water it every now and then. I just took it out of the pot right away into this little glass, and yeah, I gave him lots of water. As you can see, it's really wet. I don't think the roots mind it. And yeah, easy to grow for very rewarding. What can I say? So this was or is my tiny twinkle bloom of the year 2022. Actually, they're just late, so it's 2023. Hopefully next year they're not sick anymore. Bye. Have a great weekend, everybody.